Hi. Did you used to ask for the same bedtime story every night when you were a child? Our girls did that, and woe betide us if we tried to skip a page, a paragraph, even a few lines. They knew it off by heart, so they'd soon correct us. When we look at familiar Bible passages, such as these around Pentecost, it's very easy just to skim over them for the overall story. In Acts 3, Peter gives a moving speech to the crowd, explaining to them how in their ignorance they had killed Jesus, their true Messiah. How it was the power of Jesus that had healed the lame man. And then he shared the good news of a second chance for everyone if they followed his instructions. He said, "Now change your mind and attitude to God and turn to him, so he can cleanse away your sins and send you wonderful times of refreshment from the presence of the Lord." Sometimes a verse in a familiar reading can leap out of the pages at us, and verse 19 did that for me this week. It took me back to the days when my mum used to get a flannel and wash my face when I came in from playing outside looking grubby, as I often did. Russell?
Yeah?
Oh! Better?
Thank you.
I didn't appreciate it at the time any more than Russell did, but looking back I can see it was done with love and a fair amount of exasperation. As adults, most of us probably glance in a mirror before we leave the house, or at the moment make a Zoom call. We don't want the embarrassment of discovering too late that we had food caught in our teeth or a hair upduck. But whilst we can keep up appearances on the outside, we all know that however hard we scrub, we can never wash away the things on the inside that we know we shouldn't have thought, said or done. Indeed, we might not even notice some of them. It takes a loving hand to wipe us clean. I'm a very visual person, so I easily see an image of Jesus wiping my face with a flannel. On my computer keyboard, I press the F5 button if I want to refresh the page I'm viewing. This makes the internet browser send me the most updated version of the page. Do you ever feel like you'd like to hit the refresh button on your life and get rid of all that old stuff? The hurts you're hanging on to, the mistakes you made that are still making you feel bad. However good we try to be, we're not perfect. The human version of the F5 button is in verse 19. Now change your mind and attitudes to God and turn to him so he can cleanse away your sins and send you wonderful times of refreshment from the presence of the Lord. Turn to God so he can clean away our mistakes. Confess what we know we've done wrong in thought, word or deed, and start again with a clean sheet or screen or face. I was going to book a treat before lockdown stopped me. I love having a facial at a beauty salon. The beauticians are always so gentle, there's no flannel scrubbing, and I relax and I leave feeling refreshed. How refreshed are you feeling at the moment? Some people I talk to are understandably pretty frazzled, especially if they're trying to work from home with children or they have job or money worries. Others, though, have admitted to me that actually lockdown for them has been good in the sense they've been made to stop and rest and relax. After the cleansing, the second half of verse 19 talks about receiving refreshment from the Lord as he sends us wonderful times of refreshment from the presence of the Lord. Refreshed, energized, strengthened, invigorated, restored, fortified, enlivened, perked up, revived and renewed. This is how we can feel when we have spent time worshipping together, or in a Bible study, or when we've spent time in prayer. Wonderful times of refreshments from the presence of the Lord. But we need a clean face before we receive that refreshment. I have to confess I am a Judge Judy fan. Don't judge me. One of the things that she says in court is that the Lord doesn't help people who don't have clean hands, meaning that if they've broken the law themselves, they're unlikely to win their case against another. For example, a tax dodger who's suing someone for money gained from the scam. And just as the plaintiff in court needs clean hands, so we need clean faces so we can receive God's gift of refreshment. The good news is the same as when Peter first preached it. Jesus has brought us that opportunity. So let us all turn our faces to God today for cleansing or re-cleansing. Then we can start afresh, anew, refreshed and ready to move on with the rest of our lives.